Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good gollies, Miss Molly. Hello, everybody. Uh, thought I'd go and do a little bit of a live test. First of all, I hope you can hear me okay, because I haven't really finished setting the audio up. Audio is a pain in the ass. It's the biggest pain in the ass of streaming, and having dismantled my previous setup and built a new one with a new PC and all sorts of stuff, I'm pretty sure the audio isn't right yet, but I wanted to at least do some kind of test to see that things are working in some way or other, and I can see myself on the screen, so something's working. Um, if you guys could let me know if you could see and hear me okay, that would be great. Always like this morning, I couldn't get the studio stuff to work right on this PC, but it's working now, I think. Thanks, Davina, for letting me know. So I thought, let's do a bit of a test, see how far we've got with setting everything up. But I have a mountain, I have piles. You're here to see my piles, large piles of physical media that have been gathering for the last couple of weeks sitting here. Many of them free, others thrift store stuff. A lot of freebies, which is kind of neat. So, been I went to playing some Jethro Tull. I'm not a sick, twisted individual, so why would I play Jethro Tull? Funnily enough, I have some Jethro Tull sitting right here, I think. Um, so hope you're all having a good afternoon. What is it, Thursday? I can never remember. It's Thursday already. Uh, and I'm faced with this new setup here. So first of all, I'm used to looking at you guys and looking at what we're doing on laptop screen with a couple of extra screens. So laptop is sitting over here right now, but it's probably going to be going away. I have a proper monitor in front of me, but 3 mounted on the wall above me. So, it's like mission control here, with screens, but I figure I could just fix it might make it a little bit easier to produce stuff, especially the live shows, because with multiple, windows open hidden behind other ones, it's hard to keep track. So, uh, plus I've been able to move the desk in a bit closer to the wall now. I've built a little uh, small desk at the side to put things on top of and things away. So I've got more space in front of me, which is good. Uh, Camera stuff isn't still great. I need to get a decent camera, but that might have to wait now because I've blown my budget for the next year. So, so anyway, it's better, and hopefully it's going to be better, lead to better produced shows, live shows particularly, because the laptop was cracking up and had all sorts of problems. So good afternoon to you all. Lots of you are already hanging around here. I'm so very, very happy to see you all. So I can see Snorty. Good to see you. My fellow hoser, Lord Thoth. I can't play any of my clips here because I haven't set my stream deck up. So I can't play any of my audio things. Low spec Linux gaming is here as opposed to laptop. So good to see you. You're talking about Mike Oldfield's Platinum and Airborne, and I'm very pleased that you've got that stuff. And I need more Mike Oldfield vinyl. I have some, but I I think I was thinking of doing a live stream on Mike Oldfield, and I know a lot of people. Low spec is obviously a fan like me. A lot of people don't really know who he is here in North America, other than Tubular Bells. Um, but I think it's time for a live stream on him in Mondays, even if I'm the only panel member on it. So that may well be happening. Um, so good to see you, Low Spec, and I'm glad to see you're a fan of Mike Oldfield like me. Davina is here. Nice to see you, Davina, as always. Uh, and Mark D with the C, who's been teasing me about Jethro Tull. Because the best era of Jethro Tull was when Tony Iommi was the guitar player for about 6 weeks. So peak Tull then. There's a strange looking image in the middle of the screen. It's weird because I can see myself a lot bigger than I used to with the laptop. So it's kind of weird. Oh, hear that? That's the laptop. I'm using it to show the Rumble stream right now. We are on live on Rumble and on Twitter. as well. Whether anybody's watching on Twitter, I've no idea. But and how to look at. I think people can leave comments on it. I've got that sitting on my phone here, just checking it. Um, but the audio sounds good. Great. I do have to bit more tweaking of it because I haven't got any of the low cut and other filters I had set up. But yeah, Sumo's here too. Good to see you, Sumo. Nice to see you. But thank you all for joining on this wonderful and Swift -1 waving at you too. Good to see you. Uh, oh, Sumo, who recently very kindly let me ramble on for an hour and a half on his channel. Uh, after our interview, I went out and listened to Ogden's Nut Gone Flake and absolutely loved it. It is a classic album of the 60s, or indeed any rock era. Small Faces, anyone who's never particularly heard the Small Faces or Ogden's Nut Gone Flake. Stanley Unwin is the guy's name I couldn't remember that does the connections between the songs. Go listen to it because it's a fucking awesome album. It's not a new laptop, it's the old laptop which is sitting here. I have a new PC. I normally build my own PCs, like the gaming one I've got over on the big screen over there. This time I really didn't feel like I had the time because this laptop was cracking up. So I just bought one, got an MSI Aegis. Should have been called Regis, then it would have been like the character in Witcher 3. So I've been setting that up the last couple of days, plus all the new screens and hiding away. A lot of cable hiding away, which is good. So the flute is indeed heavy metal, particularly if it's made of platinum. So therefore, but yeah, audio is most important, but therefore didn't build a PC. Bought one and I got a pretty good deal on it, fairly high end one, not very high, it's kind of medium, but not too bad at all. It seems to be working out well because I'm driving 4 screens with it, amongst other things. So let's see how we get on with that as we go. Hello, Nick the Greek. Good to see you. And I'd like to thank you all, by the way. I'm now up to 1,910 subscribers. A little bit of I've stuck on the kind of just below 1,900, but it just kind of went up there the last day. So thank you all for your continued support. Thank you for those who super chatted, been channel members, done modding, are here for every show, watching and subscribed. All of you have been such great supporters. Thank you very much. So yeah, 1910 and pressing 2,000 by the end of the year. I was hoping to get there. I mean, it's 4 years since I started seriously doing this channel. It's 4th year anniversary. And I certainly am not like one of these guys that puts, like every minute of every day into it. I seem to put a lot of hours into it, but more than I imagined I would. So we're getting, I'm very happy with the way things have turned out, getting 1,910 people to subscribe, but also to getting you, 20, 30 of you that are always there watching every live stream. Absolutely love you for it. Thank you. I can't be like culture because I just wouldn't have the energy. I mean, I'm old, let's face it. Coming up for a birthday soon, so I'm gonna get even older. We need to get you to the 1970s. So I'm stuck in the 1970s. So let's look. I have an absolute, as I say, I've got huge piles of physical media here. So let's run through those because I know you're all fascinated. As I say, some freebies, some thrift store. Thrift store stuff is generally a couple of bucks. I'll start with a show that I already have on Blu-ray and digital, but I did see Pigtail stream. I have the Pigtails. I can do a Pigtail stream. But there was a DVD set of Firefly sitting for a couple of bucks. So I thought I'd get that because it will sit nicely on the shelf next to the Blu-ray set. Beloved show of mine and of many people, of course. No problem, Sumo. Good to see you here. So I always check, of course. So complete with all the discs. This is the DVD. set. It had, it's made by some guy. I used to remember there was a guy who used to be in the business called Joss Whedon. Don't know what happened to him. So the booklet was still there, which is what I look for when I'm buying these things, that it's got the stuff, and it does. And it's also got this booklet, must have TV, for the very best of TV on DVD. 24. I remember watching season 1 of that as it was on, and being thrilled, although obviously by seasons 3, 4, 5, whatever, the fact that Jack Bauer had allowed himself to be killed several times, only to be revived again, because that's what had to be done to get rid of Problem X, and the number of embassies that he had to infiltrate whilst being disavowed was always a bit weird. So The Simpsons is in here, Family Guy, Prison Break, Bones, Boston Legal, My Name is Earl, and some Buffy and some other stuff. So Roswell, a little bit of a time capsule of a booklet. Josh lost it after something with a lesbian vampire fighter falling. I know. I kind of was getting a bit weird by that time. Serenity. I have the Serenity. I've got Serenity on physical too. Brilliant movie. Love it. You know, it ended far too soon, that show, but I'm glad we got what we did, and that's what counts. This box set was sitting in the thrift store for $2. This is the sort of metal tinned Star Trek original series season 1 set, also of course on DVD. So I grabbed that one. There was a season 4 Voyager, but they were asking for $7.99 for it. I thought, same format though. So taking that out of here, you got the obviously it's all intact. I checked. It's all there. I don't know if there's meant to be a booklet or anything. There wasn't a booklet, but all the discs were there. So Star Trek, the original Star Trek, season 1, and I'm hoping then they'll because they kind of, in this thrift store I go to, they put some stuff out, it goes, they put some other stuff out, and usually there's related items. So hoping whoever dropped those into that store also dropped in seasons 2 and 3. $2. Yes. Not that I don't have all of this stuff already, but I didn't have this particular set, so there's a steady stream in my local thrift store of Korean stuff. I've had some real great Korean finds. Some of them are on the Tartan Asia Extreme imprint. This is Old Boy, which is obviously Park Chan-wook's one of his most famous movies. I'm a bit more of a fan of Joint Security Area, earlier movie that he made with Lee Byung-hun, amongst others. So with Choi Min-sik. It's interesting. This is a 2-disc special edition with a booklet. Well, I say a booklet. It's a little, yeah, it's got some verbiage in it. Not everyone's cup of tea, this movie. But Tartan Asia Extreme imprint. I've managed to grab a few of these in this particular thrift store. Tartan Grindhouse. That sounds like a bar I used to drink in. I did see the American adaptation, but this actually comes with, rather nicely, and we'll be going back to this in a few minutes, this movie comes with a poster for Lady Vengeance. Another one of these movies, well, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance is the movie, but the poster, so nice little poster in there. I was very pleased with that. Now, what I like about this box is that it says on the back, contains frequent strong violence. whilst completely ignoring the twist ending, which may well have been enough to make it banned in most countries. Not something I could watch twice, yes. I Park Chan-wook, the director that makes these movies, I can't say I'm the biggest fan. I find some of them a little bit hard going. Um, Joint Security Area was a brilliant movie, though, way back in 1999. Uh, and The Handmaiden, if you've ever seen it. A lot of Korean entertainment is quite safe when it comes to sexual stuff. The Handmaiden was pretty raunchy, so, um, yeah, the Korean movies, it's just a shocking, shocking movie, Oldboy. Now, this is a real I was absolutely stunned. This was $2.50. It's a DVD set. Bruce Lee: The Ultimate Collection. Snowpiercer was decent, yeah. Um, that's true. I forgot about Snowpiercer, yeah. It's a pretty good movie. But this, for 250, Bruce Lee Ultimate Collection in the slim cases. That way, I guess. So I can't argue with that. I had a number of these movies in other formats anyway, but it's a really nice set for 250. Who's gonna complain about that? Yeah, Fists of Fury. Oh, the Criterion stuff's great, but I'll never get that in the thrift store. Well, you never know because I've had some really good finds in my local one. What a great set. What a legend. With these nice little slim cases in these ones. Fist of Fury, as opposed to Fists. It's a different movie. DVDs, but I don't care. So they were fast as lightning and a little bit frightening. But I was like, I'm having that before anybody else grabs it. So I got that. This one was a freebie, and it's funny because we were talking about Bill Murray movies on Midnight's Edge After Dark. What About Bob? Bill Murray, Richard Dreyfuss. And it's funny because I hadn't seen it for a long, long time. So now I'll watch it again on this free DVD that was being given away in a pile of stuff to our local recycling place. I'll always check that out because I've grabbed a number of physical media from there. So What About Bob? Not a bad movie. The Roman of the Empire's here. Everybody, tonight, Roman is doing a show on Life Force, one of my favorite movies. I was very happy to help him out with some stuff from the stream I did on that in the Canon Film Club. Go watch Roman of the Empire tonight, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, I think. Great guy, great show. Good to see you here, buddy. Read by Nature. Good to see you too. This was another. I was so pleased to get this. This was a couple of bucks. This is a steel book style version DVD of A Better Tomorrow 2-disc edition in absolutely stellar condition. I thought, I'm having that. This is the ultimate edition of John Woo's A Better Tomorrow, one of the all-time classics. Like, you can't get better than this. You know why it's good? Because multiple other movies constantly reference it. I'm watching Korean TV shows and movies that reference it all the time. I just love this movie. So to get this in this steel book type case, I love that scene there. It's such a good movie. It's got such heart in it as well. Better Tomorrow. Hey, the Optimum catalog. I'll have to take a look through this and see which movies are in this flyer that came with it. How many of them I have or don't have. John Woo, Chow Yun Fat, what a combination. But just for 250, come on. Can't wait to see all the extras on. Right. I wonder if the Rumble side's still running. It seems to be. If anyone's over there, let's see if the Rumble side kicked off okay. No, I don't know if the Rumble side's running okay. That might be a problem we have to fix. This isn't a movie, it's a book. It's being given away. It's one of the Doc Savages and a bronze. Mad Eyes. 50 cents Bantam. I've got a bunch of these, different characters, but I read a lot of these way back, like we're talking early 70s. So uh so it was nice to pick that up. It was just being thrown out basically, so I grabbed it. Looking forward to that. Yeah, the Rumble side seems to have died, I believe, for some reason. So apologies on that one. Oh, Christian Christian Threats. Sorry if I've got that wrong. Comms open. I own hundreds of DVDs and Blu-rays. Good for you, buddy. Physical media is the way to go. Yeah, I'll pick up any of these out. If I see any more, I'll be grabbing those. Somebody was just throwing it out basically. So no idea if this is any good or not, but this is young Ip Man. One of the somebody was giving away or a bunch of these the channel. He channel. The Hiya channel, sorry, which I should subscribe to, but young Ip Man, no idea if it's any good or not. The legend begins as opposed to continues. The DVD was being given away, so I grabbed that. I got a chance to watch it now. This I actually bought for $5 new, and I do have the movie in physical, but it's this Veteran, which is well, actually, the sequel came out this year after about 10 years, called I, the Executioner, Veteran 2. Love this movie. If you've never seen it, uh, it is absolute kick-ass. Wang Yongmin, unbeatable cop action movie, just phenomenal Korean movie, one of the best. So if you want to get into Korean stuff, one of the ones you can start with. Veteran, brilliant movie, great fun action cop thriller. So action thriller. So great movie. I paid $5 for it. This was a couple of bucks. It's not a great movie. You can see this on, I think it's Amazon or Netflix, The Wandering Earth. Not a particularly great movie. I only really watched it the first time and got into it. And this is the Blu-ray. Because of the author. It's the same guy that did Three Body Problem, etc. Yeah, no, it's a silly movie, but it was cheap, a couple of bucks. Forgive me a second while I just look up Wandering Earth. I don't think the author had any particular input. Leo Cicine, I can never pronounce that. I don't think he had any particular input to the movie. So I do love the Three Body Problem series. This was a couple of bucks. Fall Guy on DVD. I enjoyed this movie. I actually thought it was pretty good. Good fun. Gosling and Blunt are great. A lot of great action in it. So it's a DVD copy, but it was only a couple of bucks. Pristine condition. So yeah, why not? I'd watch it again someday. Nice enough movie. One of the better English language movies of last year. I usually start when I start thinking of the best movies, I always think of Korean and Japanese stuff first. Uh, this was a freebie as well as being thrown. Basically, these were being thrown out. Um, Very old and tatty copy of, but it's a great movie. Oh brother, where art thou? I am a constant man of sorrow. I'm a big Coen Brothers fan, so it's not like I didn't have this already, but I rescued it from oblivion. Mm, great movie. Not the livestock. See you, Roman. Take care, mate. David Bowie. This was also a freebie, Moon Age Daydream. Um, about the movie about one of the movies about David Bowie. I've seen the movie. Didn't have a well, I may have a digital copy of it. I've got so much stuff. Who knows? I haven't looked, but yeah, well worth getting or watching. But I got this for free, so add it to the collection. This was also a freebie. The Kenny Branagh version of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with old blowhard Robert De Niro and Kenny Branagh. And I thought it was a pretty good movie. So to get a nice DVD copy of that for a couple of bucks, for free, sorry, this was a freebie. I'll take that. What do you think? Good movie? We're only halfway through. Whoa, we're halfway there. This one actually, despite tweeting at Bruce Campbell, he never acknowledged my tweet. It was a shame because he himself was talking about this movie the other day on his Twitter, icebreaker. I still haven't seen it, so I'm going to sit there and watch this. This was a freebie as well. Sean Astin, Bruce Campbell, and Stacey Keach. I think Bruce went bald-headed for this one. I think he shaved his head. Never seen it. No idea if it's any good. Yeah, Read by Nature. Frankenstein is underrated. It was a good movie. So this I have no idea about. But Bruce, Groovy Bruce, was tweeting about it, and I've got it just a few days before he was tweeting about it. So never seen it. Not that that means anything. How are we all doing out there? Cool. Tim says he owns that DVD. I'm assuming it's the Frankenstein one. Tim, that you're talking about. Another one of the Hiya originals, which somebody seemed to be ditching for free. And again, whether they're any good or not, I don't know, but martial arts is one of the things I love. So this is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Legend of Gato Gat. Oh, forget it. Gato Kaka. Gato Kaka. Oh, somebody out there will know it better than me. Gato Kaka. Casa. Gato Casa. There you go. That sounds better. Gato Casa. A Hero Awakens. Another, and this is Blu-ray. I have no idea of the derivation of this. Forgive me, people out there who know about this stuff. I have no idea about the origins or derivation of the character or indeed the studio that made it. I think it's Indonesian. So, but for free on Blu-ray and, martial arts fantasy, I'm willing to give that a try. So, as Davina says, the blurb on this movie is legends collide as young Yoda wrestles to unlock newfound godlike powers, defending his world in an endless battle against ancient and powerful evils. That's the kind of description that makes me watch a movie. So I am very keen to watch this. And it was a nice free Blu-ray. Another one in the same pile of being given away stuff, which is a movie that our great friend Polly Latino Slant has recommended. is Fist of the Condor. Um, Marco Zaror. Marco is well, I know I've seen him because I've seen him in John Wick Chapter 4 and Machete Kills. He is the guy behind this one. So this one was a DVD, but in great condition, and it was just being given away. So uh, it's a Well-Go. Watch a lot of movies that Well-Go distribute. So if Paulie reckons it's great and he knows his stuff, respect him deeply, then I will watch this and I will probably enjoy the shit out of it. It's Chilean, yes, Chilean movie. See, world cinema is where it's at. Another freebie. I've already got copies of this movie, but on DVD, Elf. Well, that's being basically thrown out, so I'll take it. Can sit with the other copies. This is an interesting one, and I still haven't watched it. This was also a freebie being given away, Blu-ray of the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves. So give me your honest opinion in the chat. Was this a good movie or not? I actually heard some good things about it. So they hit at Taco Bell to buffet their buddies. Feral will, yeah. So I get to pick up a freebie of it on Blu-ray. I thought, why the hell not? I think it got relatively good write-ups from the people we trust. So 2023, I think. Yes, I think it was. So discs made in Germany, if that makes any difference. Yeah, free Blu-ray of Dungeons and Dragons with yeah, with a lot of extras. But with one of the Chris's, Chris Pine. So I will be watching that when I get time. So I heard it was actually okay. So German humor. This was again, this was a freebie, and I haven't watched it yet. But somebody was giving it away, and it's a DVD of Cocaine Bear, the Maximum Rampage edition, perspired by true events. So sorry, I'm just going to show this about the last read by nature. Good but flawed. Lead didn't need to be a Harper. Baldur's Gate 2 handles them better. Okay, fair enough. But for free, it's in the collection. I'll watch it. So yeah, Cocaine Bear being given away for free. Meant to be an okay movie. People seem to like it, yes, and it does feature the late Ray Liotta. So for free, it's in the collection now. It's in good condition as well. I will watch it. So I think we're still in the freebies. Oh, Bullet Train. This was a good movie. I did enjoy this movie. Just had the kind of required amount of ass kicking, but also zaniness that I liked. So yeah, I enjoyed it very much. So this was a free copy on the DVD. Decent movie. This is a terrible movie, and I regret picking it up even for free. I should have let it go to the garbage. It would have been thrown out eventually, probably. But I picked it up purely because A, it had the word space in the title, and B, Doug Jones, who's okay, and some stuff was in it. Battle in Space. So I think this is a genuinely awful movie from everything I read about it online after picking it up. So Ah, my friend FKHC 2005. Tim, thank you, buddy, for the $2 super chat. You're helping to pay for this new studio setup I've got here, which seems to be working right now. As I say, I haven't set my stream deck up. So, pair character doing a Shaka sign with his hand saying cool. So, thank you for the super sticker. Tim, appreciate it very much. Let's play something for you.
Infamy! Infamy! They've all got it in for me!
Bonus points for anybody who recognizes which movie series that's from. But yeah, this is actually meant to be a terrible, terrible movie. It's like kind of a compendium of shorts, almost short movies. So this is going to be probably binned. I'll give it away again. Or maybe I'll torture myself and watch it. A lot of these were in the freebies. I don't know if yeah, okay, I'm still on the free stuff that was literally being given away, and I was so happy. I'm so happy. Carry On, yes, Tim, was from the that was Carry On Cleo, I think that one was for, or was it Carry On Caesar? Carry On Caesar, was there Carry On Caesar? I've got all of the Carry On movies over here. I think it was probably Cleo. With, yeah, Kenneth Williams, classic Kenneth Williams. Infamy, infamy. They've all got it, infamy. So I got this for free, and I'm so pleased because it's one of my favorite Korean series. Well, I call it a series. There's two of them. This is the sequel to Alienoid. Alienoid: Return to the Future. If you've not seen the two Alienoid movies, and I think they are on streaming, not sure, Netflix or Amazon. Awesome fun. The second one particularly was good. The first one was good. The second one was brilliant. Absolute riot. I loved it. With the great Kim Tae-ri in the lead there, star of Mr. Sunshine, one of my favorite television shows of all time. This is a fun fantasy action movie, fantasy science fiction action with a great cast, really, really good cast of great Korean guys. I don't know, just check them out. They're fun movies. The second one particularly, Return to the Future. Morker and Wise, I have that Cleopatra sketch, and I'd love to show it, the Morker and Wise Cleopatra, but you get copyright claim to hell. But yeah, Alienoid, great series. Don't think they'll make a third. I think it was just a twofer, but fun stuff. Just another example of how great Korean movies are. I actually haven't watched this yet. This movie, 1917. This was a freebie as well. Sam Mendes, First World War movie. I don't know why I didn't watch it when it came out a few years ago. I think I find some of the stuff quite hard now to watch. Getting older, maybe. Like I find stuff about the First World War really hard. Yeah, the traveling through time and space bit was great in Alienoid. It just caused some great hilarity when the cultures clashed. So 1917, I will watch it now. I've got a DVD copy of it. Sam Mendes is a great director as well. The war to end all wars, except it didn't, unfortunately. All those poor guys. Another freebie and another movie I meant to watch and I didn't is 65, Adam Driver. A man who I never liked in the Star Wars movies, but I've liked everything he's done since. So the actor is good. I think obviously it was the character. So 65, got a free DVD of it. I believe it's a fairly good movie, you know. I so Sumo, I mean, I'm old. I'm not sure I was in the First World War. Not even my parents were alive in the First World War. I am getting old, it's true. Right, some of this never this terrible. And back to the stuff I had to pay for. Terrible. A couple of bucks each. We mentioned Old Boy earlier, and it had the poster for Lady Vengeance. Well, here indeed is the movie. Lady Vengeance by the same director, with the same great actor starring Choi Min-sik, one of the greats. You know, I have not watched it yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Lady Vengeance. Again, another tartan. Somebody is feeding a constant supply of these tartan Asia Extreme imprints to the local thrift store. So this one, does it come with a poster? I think it might. No, it doesn't. It comes with a booklet. I'm sure there's some wacky stuff in it though. And oh, is it? There's a poster. And these tartan Asia Extremes. You open up the blurb on the other movies. This is, wow, that's not what I was expecting. Poster for The Devil and Daniel Johnston, which I have not seen. Anybody seen this movie? Yeah, part of the Revenge trilogy, which I need to watch. The problem is that I want to watch them, but my wife doesn't, because she really didn't like Old Boy and she really didn't like The Handmaiden. So every time I say I'm going to watch a movie by the same director, she's like, "Well, you'll have to watch it on your own then." And I don't have the time. So the Devil and Daniel Johnston. Okay, I gotta look that up. That movie. It's an American documentary, The Devil and Daniel Johnston, about the musician Daniel Johnston. Whether you think this mentally ill cult musician is worthy of being called a genius, this document of his life is crafted with sincere respect and is fascinating to watch. Okay, never seen it, but I've got a poster of it now, inside Lady Vengeance. Who's been inside Lady Vengeance? Just a rumor. This was a fun one to get, and I'm looking forward to watching it, because I've seen it exactly once, and that was like back in the early 80s on VHS. George A. Romero's Night Riders, starring Ed Harris. Camelot is a State of Mind. Now, the casual film pursuer would look at that cover and think, well, it's George A. Romero and it's a guy in armor on a motorbike, so it must be set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, but it's not. It's a traveling troupe of Renaissance fair jousters who joust in full armor and weaponry on motorbikes. And Tom Savini is indeed in this movie. I am so looking forward to watching it again, because I've only ever seen it once. And it's really, because it's set in the present day, it's really about Ed Harris and his troupe and their interactions, and they're trying to, because they start to get national attention for their little traveling circus, things kind of start to fall apart a bit. So it's more of a people thing than it is despite the jousting on motorbikes, than it is it's not a post-apocalyptic thing. It's a much more intimate movie in some ways. So George A. Romero's Night Riders. So I thought, I'm having that for a couple of bucks. Surely you joust. Okay, I gotta have something related to that.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with it.
I'm not sure I've got any other medieval theme. That's the closest I've got. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah, that is the closest. I don't have any other video clips uploaded that would be anything like that would fit this in any way. But what an interesting find. Another one that was a couple of bucks, another Tartan Asia Extreme, the famous Battle Royale. So DVD copy of that, which I didn't have. I've got a digital copy. I did not have did not have it on physical media. So has this one got a poster now? I gotta check. Has this one got a poster? I think it might. So Battle Royale, obviously, just one of these wacky Japanese movies. Absolutely love it. Crazy stuff. It's like Lord of the Flies on steroids, I always thought. So opening this, there's some really interesting movies on this imprint, Tartan Asia Extreme. This has a poster for, I've seen this movie, Little Fish. Kate Blanchett, before she was an action star, Sam Neill and Hugo Weaving. So Kate Blanchett and Hugo Weaving together, and somebody called Martin Henderson, who escapes me. Little Fish. It's a nice little poster. I did not know. I'm gonna have to go back and check the other Tartan Asia Extreme stuff I got, see if there's posters in them. Still trying to figure out why the Rumble stream didn't start. It started, it just didn't go past the opening sequence, so something caused it to end. Yeah, so anyway, Battle Royale, great movie, fabulous movie. The music of Chimney. Maybe I would. Someone is seeding that thrift store with Korean films. The best one was when I got the TV show Iris, which I never in a million years thought I'd see that in a thrift store in my little town. The Lee Byung-hun TV show. This one is also a tartan Korean movie. Not one I'm familiar with. It's very different from some of the other ones. It's called Spring, Summer, Autumn, Winter, and Spring. That's apparently a contemplative movie about a young Buddhist monk, trainee monk, coming of age story. Kim Ki-duk is the director. I'm not sure I recognize any of the cast. So that's good because it's a new find. It's a new movie I hadn't thought of before or seen. So so it looks interesting visually for sure. I do like the booklet in this one. It came from Tartan. A little bit like me. Came from Tartan. Again, a nice collection of the movies on this particular imprint. Poster time. Oh, I've not seen this, but this is an interesting one. Funny Games. Naomi Watts, Tim Roth, Michael Pitt. I've not seen that movie. Anybody out there seen it? Funny Games. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to watching this, which looks like a very contemplative movie from 2004. Spring, Summer, Autumn, Winter, and Spring. I'll have to look it up, see if any of the actors are recognizable to me from later. In fact, I'm going to do that now. One of the things I like to do when I get into these Korean things is see what the actors have done and the director has done, in case I'm missing out on something older that they did that was worth watching. So the director, Kim Ki-duk, has not particularly done any other movies that I've seen so far. So that's interesting. And he passed away in 2020. So that's everything he's done. Actually, that looked like forgive me while I look this stuff up. Okay. So he did a lot of, I guess they're on the artier end of the spectrum. He also plays the old monk in it. Okay, I do recognize a couple of the actors. Kim Young Min plays the young monk, and he's been in a number of movies I've seen and TV shows. He was the real shithead in the fantastic My Mister. If you've ever seen My Mister, he was the real shithead in that. And recently was also in a great show called Dong Ye, The Good or the Bastard, as well as being in Our Blues and stuff. So the guy that plays the kid grew up to be in other stuff that I've seen. Woo-hoo. Good stuff. A couple of bucks for a DVD special edition of A Fish Called Wanda, which I already had in another format, but 2-disc set, all time, stone cold classic. If you don't like A Fish Called Wanda, then you have no soul. One of the funniest and wittiest movies made, and coming out of the old Python thing. Python world. Kevin Kline's finest moment, I think. Then it comes with a nice booklet, of course. Just if you don't, John Cleese dancing naked in it. Kevin Kline is so funny in that. Decent movie, an absolute classic. Fish Called Wanda. So that was a couple of bucks. Ta-da! That will sit nicely on the shelf. And one final movie. I've got some CDs. One final movie. The DVD 2-disc collector's edition of The Incredibles in an absolute pristine condition. Back when Disney and Pixar were making fun stuff. So well worth picking up, in beautiful, like brand new condition for a couple of bucks. Fun movie. I could save $3 instantly when I buy the Bambi special edition. I wonder if that's still valid. And then it's a nice little booklet. I always like when they've got at least some kind of little booklet guide to the movie. But yeah, really nice. So some extras in there I might not have seen before. So yeah, it's the best Fantastic Four movie. It is awesome one. It is the best Fantastic Four. That's exactly what we want. Incredibles. I went to see this. I'm an adult. Well, supposedly. Theoretically, I'm an adult. What year was that? What year was The Incredibles? It's terrible. I gotta put my glasses on to read this shit. I cannot remember now the year. 2011, is that right? It was the 2004. Okay. Even with my glasses, that's tough. Yeah, I don't think my kids were too old to be interested to go. So I literally think my wife and I went to see this ourselves because it was fun. It was Pixar. I did get a bunch of CDs for free. It's either I take them or they're just going to sit there or get chucked out in this recycling place. So I have most of these already. Coverdale Page album, which is pretty good. So I'll take that. I did have it already on digital. Traveling Wilburys, which I've got like 6 copies of now. I mean, some of these I'm actually may give away to channel members eventually if I can get enough channel members. There'll be giveaways. Traveling Wilburys, though. R.I.P. R.I.P. Tom. R.I.P. Roy. R.I.P. George. Supertramp Breakfast in America, one of my all-time favorite albums from one of my favorite bands. I have a digital copy. I used to have it on vinyl. Actually, I don't think I have got it on vinyl now. I think it's one of the ones I lost or whatever. So I took the CD for free because this is such a good album. Goodbye Stranger, what a record. Brings tears to my eyes when I listen to that stuff. This was Mike and the Mechanics, Beggar on a Beach of Gold. So I don't know if I've ever heard this album before. It's not got any, I don't think it's particularly got any of the hits on it. Mike and the Mechanics, Beggar on the Beach of Gold. Does have a cover of I Believe When I Fall in Love, It Will Be Forever, which is a beautiful song, which I have a copy of. There's an album called Breakaway by Art Garfunkel. That song is the lead track on it, I think, the opening song on the first side one. I think it's written by Stephen Bishop. Beautiful song, and I do love the Art Garfunkel version. Breakaway, believe it or not, despite my rock tendencies, Art Garfunkel's Breakaway is one of my 10 favorite albums of all time. It's such a, I don't know how you could describe it. It's such an emotional and beautiful album. No, Stevie Wonder wrote it, not Stevie. I had the wrong Stevie. Stevie Wonder wrote I Believe When I Fall in Love, It Will Be Forever. On the Vaughan Wright. So my apologies to Stevie Wonder. I had the wrong Stevie. So Mike and the Mechanics. I have no idea whether this is good, bad, or indifferent. It's an album called Boogie Patrol. Well, the band is Boogie Patrol. Groove On or Bug Out. So just seeing the title or the name of the band was enough to make me want to buy it. Pick it up for free. Yeah, a lukewarm review for Mike and the Mechanics, I can imagine it. Hey, Donnie Dunnigan, who voiced Bambi, is still alive. He's 90 now. He was in Vietnam as a USMC. Well, that's incredible. So thank you to him for his service. And I'm glad he's still alive and kicking and with us. But yeah, slow period for Mike and the Mechanics. So I know nothing about Boogie Patrol. It's from 2009. But whoever they are, I don't recognize. Oh, Jimmy James? Jimmy James? Jimmy James sounds vaguely familiar. So, I am going to give that a good listen because it's possibly my kind of music. Americana, boogie, rock and roll. Looks like it kind of like a self-produced thing. Big Skinnerd fan. I do have this on digital. Used to have it on vinyl. One More from the Road. 1977, when I was in peak Skinnerd condition. Live album. Great stuff. Couldn't leave that sitting on the shelf. And it was a very dusty shelf full of crap. I have all this stuff. But Alice Cooper, classics with a K. I've already got all this material, but didn't have this compilation, so it'll sit on the shelf with the other Alice Coopers. Great. Love Alice. He's great. Also, I do have this on vinyl. Allman Brothers Band, Brothers and Sisters. I might even have it on CD already. It's very possible. Great Southern rock, Brothers and Sisters, Ramblin' Man, Jessica. Brilliant album. If you've never heard this, it's great. Again, an album I've got more than one copy of in various formats. Stevie Ray, Jimmy, Family Style. R.I.P. Stevie, never to be replaced or seen again. His like will never be seen again. I've seen Jimmy a few times. Love Jimmy. Very different style, but Family Style, great stuff. Makes me sad when I listen to that sometimes. This is an album I didn't have. J.J. Cale and Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton was a huge J.J. Cale fan over the years. Like some of his 70s stuff when he moved away from Cream and Derek and the Dominoes was very J.J. Cale-esque, including covers of things like Cocaine. So this is an album I don't have a copy of, Escondido. So I'm actually looking forward to ripping that and listening to it. I like J.J. Cale. I've always liked J.J. Cale, that laid back style, bit bluesy, bit swampy, very relaxed style. It's just a certain time, if you listen to that at a certain time of night. Brilliant. Bad Company, Company of Strangers was being given away. This is not the version of Bad Company that I'm particularly familiar with. Robert Hart on vocals, not Paul Rogers, but hey, it was being given away. So, and this is an album I also have several copies of, but it was sitting there again. Some of these could be member gifts in the future. Steely Dan debut album, Can't Buy a Thrill. One of the greatest albums ever made from one of the greatest bands stroke duos ever, Steely Dan. This album is so freaking good. If you've never heard it, do your ears a treat and go and listen to it. I mean, everyone knows Do It Again, Reeling in the Years, but the rest of the tracks are just unbelievable in this. I mean, to come out of the gate as this is your debut, and it's so good and so polished. Brilliant. I just can't praise Steely Dan enough. One of the worst album covers ever. But this one or the Bad Company. Oh, Mark's not here anymore. Mark C with a D with a C is probably not here, but I did have the best of Jethro Tull Volume 2 was being given away, so I grabbed that. I mean, I've got all this material. The tracks, I've got all like Thick as a Brick and Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. So I kind of have this material. It's all like up to 1977, but I didn't have this compilation. So what the hell? So Mark, Jethro Tull did make an appearance in this stream. Three left. Alan Parsons' project, I, Robot, which I had on digital. In fact, I think I've got the vinyl too. Absolute classic album, I, Robot, Alan Parsons' project. Great stuff. Some brilliant musicians on these albums. You never really know. You didn't really know, but like you've got basically the band Pilot. If you've ever heard of this, there's a band called Pilot, Scottish band. Had a big hit with Magic, song called Magic, January, various other songs. They are basically the core of this album. So you got David Payton, Stuart Tosh, and Ian Berenson. Duncan Mackay, who was in a couple of 10cc later, but before that was come back to me. Cockney Rebel, Steve Harley, Cockney Rebel. You've got guys like Alan Clark with Hollies. It's a brilliant album, concept album by Robot. With the brilliant musicians. And the best of the Alan Parsons project of Volume 2. So some good material on here as well. I had all these in digital anyway, but it's nice to have a physical copy of this stuff. If I can get it open. Yep. So, Turn of a Friendly Card is on here. Great song. Okay, one more. Last one for the day. Then we'll have to quit. This was in the free CDs sitting at the recycling, waiting to be shoveled into something. Music from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So this actually has some tracks that I didn't have on it, as well as the SpongeBob specific stuff. There's a track by the Shins, they'll soon discover. There's Ween on here. Motorhead, You Better Swim, which is great. Motorhead on this album, I love it. You got like the Flaming Lips, SpongeBob and Patrick confront the psychic wall of energy. It's awesome stuff. Avril Lavigne's in here, Mike Simpson, the Waikikis. But Motorhead, You Better Swim. It's just awesome. So the SpongeBob movie soundtrack, I thought I've got to pick that up. I have to have that. Just sitting there for free. I'm gonna rip that and start listening to some of those tracks that I haven't heard. Got a nice little booklet with some great art in it. Funny stuff, SpongeBob. I will go around here. I couldn't say I watched every SpongeBob, but I saw the movie and I have seen a number of episodes. So funny stuff. So there it was. The Rumble stream didn't work, but everything else seemed to work okay. You could hear me, and everything didn't crack up here. And so the new PC is working. New setup with all the screens here is looking good to me. I'll probably do a little video to show everybody what it looks like. Yeah, thanks for joining me on a Thursday afternoon when everybody's got something better to do, I'm sure. Thanks again, everybody, for your support. As I say, 1910 subscribers and still going up. And I got a pile of media there to go through, stuff I haven't watched or haven't seen for a long time. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Rumble one. I'll have to check into that. It started and then stopped after a few seconds, so I don't know whether that's a Talk Studio issue or whether it's a PC issue or whether it's a Rumble issue. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Sumo, mate. Cheers. Thank you all for being here and for your chats and thanks for the super chat, Tim. Thanks for modding, Davina. And what's happening with me? Well, I'll probably be in Midnight's Edge After Dark in about an hour for a wee while, and then later tonight, Comics Division. Thursday night Throwdown, tomorrow night, Friday night, Ascendant Art Channel. I'll probably be on there for a while later on. No Bourbon and Boarding this Saturday. We're having a break because it's the international stuff that's on. So I might pop up and Snowed Up, Tuck and Roll for a while. Sunday, not sure yet what's happening on that day. Next Monday, there will not be a scheduled show on this channel, or I won't be doing the regular Monday show because I've spent a couple of days building this new studio setup and I haven't really got the time to prep. But what I might do is just a solo gaming stream to thinking I'm going to start Baldur's Gate 3, so I might just sort of stream for a couple of hours, me gaming, solo stream using Streamlabs. I haven't done a gaming stream for a long time, so there's the current and future plans. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Hope you had fun on this impromptu stream today. Have a great night, everybody. Stay well. But most of all, keep on rocking. Cheers, everybody.